Hello to everybody out in the author sphere. I am back with a new video. Sorry if the last video kind of feels like you don't see me. I'm a visually impaired author. My name is Mari and I live in Florida. And I am here today to talk about how desperate a publisher could be. So, as you know, I am an author that has been published, self published, through a publisher uh, known as Light Switch Press. And one thing that I never thought that would happen is that scammers could come after me. Um, the first one that ever got in contact with me was Trident Press because they promised to republish my book Love Found in Cinders, and apparently now the publishers are coming after me to come after Rose Thorns of Love, and I am getting tired of it. So today, of all days, I never thought I would hear back from one of these publishers known as Writers Branding. I kind of feel like they're being very desperate to have me leave my publisher so I could be one of their cronies. Unfortunately, I do not switch to the dark side so easily. Okay? Well, Writers Branding, apparently, they claim to be a publisher in New Jersey. And that's not too far from my birthplace up in Massachusetts. And, well, uh, they have a very low grade on the Better Business Bureau, where they have a D and they do scam some authors. I've read some of the complaints. And of course, they try to gaslight me to try to say my publisher is a failing publisher. I'm doing quotes in case you can't see it. For anybody who's also visually impaired like me. So I am surprised that these people keep on coming back, and today was one of those days. So, as we all know, that the New York Times list is supposed to be a very prestigious list for putting yourself out on the list to say you are number one. Uh, I've seen a lot of my favorite authors, even authors I've read from, get that number one New York Times bestseller label on their book. And apparently, there is ways of getting on there. Number one, you have to sell from 5,000 to 10,000 books, and that's for a self-published author, according to the internet. And that's one thing about me, as someone who writes, including a blog, nerdygeekuniverse.com, shameless plug there. I do research my stuff. That includes the publishers that I mentioned and even mentioned on my blog.
Update available. Learn more about the latest
Chromevox. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. And number two, apparently, according to the internet, back in 2017, someone did scam their butts onto the number one slot on the New York Times bestseller list by writing a fanfiction type novel, which also caused them to be number one by being sold in independent bookstores and on Amazon. So, yeah, you could get your butt on there pretty easily, according to the interwebs, but it does become very hard for us self publishers, of course. And I'd rather be legit and do it myself. That's what self publishing means. Do it yourself, as including marketing, selling your book to people, and of course, getting your name out there, whether it's getting through awards sites, getting on book groups, writers division through National Federation of the Blind. That's one example that I'm part of. And Behind Our Eyes, that's another group that I've been a part of. And of course, having your own way of going through social media, which includes my Patreon, which will be linked down below, which I am trying to raise publishing funds. Thank you very much. Because it's not cheap, even though it's not cheap, but I'm not paying over thousands of dollars to be scanned. I'm sorry. But anyways, back to writers branding. So basically, they keep on coming back. Like a zombie trying to eat my brain, basically. And they won't leave me alone. Thank you very much. Heck, the last time they tried contacting me was back in September of 2023, which was 7 months after Rose Thorns of Love was published. Okay. I am getting tired of them, as you can tell. And today's little conversation was about getting myself on the New York Times bestseller list. They said, of course, I am bringing my phone. Where's that phone?
Vertical scroll bar, 5 pages, 90%, plus 1-862-895-5628, FYI, for the NY top, plus 1, plus, save photo, plus 1-8, your text message, hi there, plus 1-862-895-5, today 12:50 p.m.
Okay.
Level 1.
This was sent at 12:50, and I am having voiceover read it out.
Plus 1-862-895-5628. Hello. Your book has passed our screening process and will be featured in this year's New York Times best-selling list. We are excited to showcase your work to NYT's 2.7 million subscribers. Get ready for some well-deserved recognition party popper. Feel free to email me at jerry.m. Your text message, hi there, I know what company you work for and I know you guys are a scam. I have not sold nearly 5,000 copies in order to be featured on the New York Times bestsellers list, so leave me alone. And by the way, self-publishing means do it yourself, which I will make it there by myself, 1:28 p.m.
That is my response. Okay. Next up, they sent like a picture thing talking about how they're part of New Jersey's little marketing circle or whatever it is, and I'm like, I don't believe this crap.
Plus 1-862-895-5628 includes picture 1:37
Yeah,
p.m.
that's
button,
the picture.
Image, Treasury and Enterprise Services.
Oh,
And
it's
research.
Treasury.
Support Policies and Procedures Division of Revenue and Enterprise Services. WIASHI Privacy Policy Search Help Accessibility Policy Security Policy
Yeah.
Save Photo button.
Even though I could save the photo as part of the receipts, but I am not doing that right now. But next up,
Plus 1-862-895-5628. Good luck to your journey. 1:40 p.m. Plus 1
Wait.
save photo button. Plus 1-862-895-5628. I'm sorry to hear about your concerns, but I assure you that we are not associated with any scams. We respect your decision to pursue your publishing goals independently. 1:39 p.m.
and that is obviously bullcrap right there. So,
Plus 1-862-895-5628. Good luck to your journey. 1:40 p.m. Plus 1-862-895-5628. FYI, for the NYT project. It does not guarantee sales. The project allows your book to be exposed not only regular readers but directly to those book investor and different traditional publishing company, which means your book will be on a bigger market exposure. 1:41 p.m.
I'm just rolling my eyes at that because I don't believe it for a second. Because even though, yes, it may expose me to other readers, but of course, well, and also other big book publishers. Heck, even the text message from September talked about being able to work with the big the big publishers. I should not put quotes, but work with them. But it's not true with what they say, because I don't think writers branding would do anything with my books, unfortunately, because I saw with Surrounding Press, for example, with some of the complaints, people paid up to over $1,000 for helping them to help them be able to publish their books, and they didn't even do anything with it. Heck, the most recent comment from Writers Weekly actually put a link up where someone was working with them and could not get in contact with their agent for 3 years. Yes, years. Not months, years. Not weeks, years. And I feel bad for them. And I feel like, you know what these companies are doing is basically roping in these people that think that they would get help as being an author, but they don't help them at all. They pay a lot of money, whether it's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. I mean, I pay like around $200 to get my ebook and paperback published for Rose Thorns of Love, and I get bookmarks made for around $60 to $80. So yeah, that's way less than what these scammers are making it sound. So
your text message, exact. I did my research. According to online
I meant
resources,
exactly.
I have to have 5,000 of my books to be sold. If you state that it doesn't need to be guaranteed sales, but I am a very savvy tech user and I know when to research. And again, I did not believe in your company's policies or activities. 1:43 p.m.
Okay, that was my next response. Sorry for dictation faux pas.
+1 862 895 5628. Thank you for sharing your perspective. I appreciate that you've taken the time to do your research. Our policies and activities are transparent, and we strive to provide accurate information to all our clients. If that's what you believe, I will respect that. Thank you for time and good luck to your journey. 1:46 p.m.
Okay. If they say they're respecting
folder,
that, I have a
17 max.
feeling they're gonna come back, crawling back to me and be like, work with us still. Because they're still desperate. I think they just want me for my hard-earned money. Unfortunately, I can't provide that to them because, you know why? I'm a regular Joe Schmo where I eat, sleep underneath a nice roof. Well, a ceiling per se, because I am in an apartment. Well, I do pay rent every month. So, basically, people, watch out for writers branding and any of these publishers, whether it's Stratton Press, Olympus Story House, and so many more. If they try to call you, either hang up on them or just let them know that you're not interested like I have. I know it's not right to put the phone number, but here's the interesting part, which I also learned over time. They get new phone numbers to try to get back at you. So, yeah. Thanks for listening, and make sure you check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/thewritingloft, because I am working on trying to get my next book published, which is A Lovely Sleep. I have a feeling that's going to be targeted, but please watch your backs if you're an author and know that you are protected under your own penmanship. So understand that. Until next time.
Pause recording. 1350. Pause record. Stop recording.